Hello, my name is Daniel Peavy, and this is my Georgia Southern University portfolio for my instructional technology program. This site will provide insight to my coursework and tasks completed during my time in the program. Each artifact presented will be organized by each standard that has been created by the Georgia Professional Commission. The first standard is learning. Learning is educators continually improving their practice by learning from and with others and exploring proven and promising practices that leverage technology to improve student learning. For this standard, I have decided to use my artifact dealing with my annotative bibliography. In this assignment, it covers the standard by allowing me to stay current with the research to help improve my classroom. The next artifact that I use is my practicum hours that I served. For this assignment, I was able to apply educational approaches while using technology that I've learned throughout my master's program. During the same assignment, I was able to connect with my local areas throughout Glenn County, looking at new technology and new issues that may come about in our system. Standard 2, Leader. For this standard, educationers seek opportunities for leadership to support student empowerment and success and to improve teaching and learning. For this standard, I used the assignment Technology Plan Evaluation. In this assignment, I was able to take more of a leadership role, making sure to have open communication with my peers, allowing us to explore different ideas, evaluate the technology plans that we thought were acceptable, and to make sure we had a shared vision for this assignment. While this assignment, I was able to learn the importance of communication skills and what it takes to really have leadership skills on a project. For my second assignment, I was able to use my Web 2.0 appeal. In this assignment, I was able to advocate for equitable access for educational technology. I was able to model for my peers in my class how I evaluated the needs assessment for this technology, as well as provide research articles to back up my claims for the need for this Web 2.0 tool. With this assignment, I was able to learn how to work with stakeholders to provide access to an educational technology that I thought met the needs for all students. The next standard, Citizenship. Educators inspire students to positively contribute and responsibly participate in the digital world. On this standard, I was able to use 3 different artifacts. For the first artifact, it was me mentoring students in a safe, ethical, and legal practice with digital tools. I was also able to help model and promote management of personal data and digital identity. While establishing this particular artifact, I was able to kind of learn for myself and also to teach others what online resources we are allowed to use dealing with images and videos and how to ethically use them. My second artifact helped me create a learning culture that would promote curiosity and critical examining of online resources. While creating this curated collection of different websites that looked at different programs in the computer, I was also able to learn about the website Symbaloo and its properties and how to help students learn about new things. The last artifact that I created for this one would be my digital citizenship pamphlet. Creating this artifact helped students experience positive social responsibility and pretty much how to exhibit online behavior properly. While doing this, I was also able to, of course, promote management and personal data and protect students' data. This made me learn that for students, we need to break down why do we need to not share our personal data online and the different ways in which our identity could potentially be taken. Standard 4, Collaborator. Educators dedicate time to collaborate with both colleagues and students to improve practice, discover a shared resource and ideas, and solve problems. For this standard, my first artifact, I was able to collaborate with my peers to help create a grant for a program called ViewBoard. This task allows us to use different communication tools to engage with one another, while also creating a cultural competency to work together. With this task, it really kind of opened up my eyes and helped me learn the different ways in which someone can communicate with each other and how difficult this can be to work together at long distances on a single task. The second artifact that I use is with me and my peers collaborating on this needs assessment. This task, like the one above, allow us to use different ways of communication and establish cultural competency when working together. Due to this task kind of being outside my field of knowledge, it was great to see how good you have to be with communication skills and the different ways in which you can communicate. At any point, if I had any questions, I could ask my peers and they would answer. The last standard was where me and some of my peers helped create a presentation together. We were able to collaborate with each other to discover new digital resources and troubleshooting technology issues that others may have. During this task, I was able to learn about a new recording program called ScreenPal that allowed me and my peers to work together to produce a video that went along with this presentation. Standard 5, Designer. Educators design authentic, learner-driven activities and environments that recognize and accommodate learners' variable environment. For this standard, the artifact that I chose was the UDL online assessment. While working on this task, I was able to use technology to create a more personalized learning experience to help foster more independent learning. With this, I was also able to create assessments using digital tools to help maximize active and deep learning, while also applying instructional design principles to create this digital learning environment. This task was very helpful because I was able to take a lesson that I would do in my classroom and digitize it to where it was more key to online learning, but still able to help out all students and their needs. My second artifact was a book review presentation that I was able to do. This assignment allowed me to create new ways to kind of personalize the learning experience to foster deeper learning, while also using digital tools dealing with my content area. This particular assignment allowed me to be able to learn about programs that I could use to help increase student engagement, specifically in reading books. For Standard 6, Facilitator, educators facilitate learning with technology to support student achievement of the ISTE standards of students. For these artifacts, the first one I used was my professional development Pear Deck assignment. In this one, I was able to pretty much use all four of these standards. With this Pear Deck assessment, I was able to help foster a culture where students can kind of take ownership of their own learning, able to use technology and student-learned strategies to create a variety of different environments for different digital platforms. I was able to create learning opportunities that would help challenge students dealing with computatorial innovation, solving problems. And then lastly, able to model and nurture this creativity expression with ideas. For my second artifact, I was able to use my TPAC assignment. In the same response to the first one, I was able to use technology to create student learning strategies, dealing with digital environments and platforms, be able to challenge students, and ultimately create this creative expression for ideas, knowledge, and connections. Standard 7, Analysts. Educators understand and use data to drive their instructions and support students in achieving their learning goals. For this assignment, I was able to use my artifacts dealing with my tech assessment, specifically my key assessment 2 data analysis. For this one, I was able to use information provided with this assessment. I was able to use a formative assessment that would help check for my students' understanding of the material, and then would of course help me gauge later on my summative assessment. I was able to use this technology to design and implement a variety of formative and summative assessments that would accommodate the learner's needs while providing timely feedback. I was also able to use different assessments and other qualitative and quantitative data to help kind of guide this progress and communication between students and teacher. For my second artifact, I was able to use my report 3 from my FRIT 7231. In this particular task, I was able to use technology to help differentiate the material for my students and help kind of break it down showing understanding through both verbal and written expression for my students. When I was able to accomplish the other two substandards, but also adding to this one, I was able to kind of create an alternative way for students to demonstrate competency and reflect the learning using technology. Standard 8, coach. Educators plan, provide, and evaluate the impact of professional learning for the educator and leaders to advance teaching and learning with technology. For this one, I used my professional development Pear Deck presentation. With this, because I was able to give a professional development, I was able to kind of have this coaching relationship to help support educators exploring this new instructional strategy, design and implement professional learning based off of needs of assessment and theories, frameworks for the adult learner. With this, I was able to see that our teachers weren't really using any form of way for feedback for our students, so this was kind of a way to use technology in that instead. Able to evaluate the impact of professional learning and to continue reflecting on how to improve coaching and professional practice. At the end of this professional development, I was able to give them an evaluation of myself in the presentation. And then lastly, foster education, participating in professional learning networks to help them connect with other educators. And then the last artifact that I have is dealing with my Python curation when I was taking my FRIT 7238 class. Specifically for this one, I was able to create a catalog to help support other educators and people learning this new instructional strategies and technology to help improve student learning. And I was also able to foster this educators' participation in professional learning networks. Well, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great day.